I was invited to dinner the other night by a friend I made in Lagos a few years ago. It was about 10 of us in attendance, and I got there first, naturally, so I was able to watch all the introductions take place. Out of the 10 of us, 9 were born and raised in Lagos, so even though most of us were meeting for the first time, every single one of them had a connection tied to growing up here. Two women in their 40s talked about being best friends since they were in secondary school. Someone mentioned going to school with another guest sister. A different pair had just met at a mutual friend's mother's funeral. And there was the classic, wait, is your last name this because you look very familiar? Their eyes would light up, followed by a smile once the connection was processed. Then handshakes or tight hugs were exchanged. And that's how it kept going till all 10 of us were there. I've always been a little envious of people who get to live as adults where they grew up. My name is Oselumensi. I'm an Ishan woman from a village called Ekboma in Edo State, Nigeria, but I rarely get to visit. The roads are in terrible conditions, and there have been heightened reports of insecurity from robbery to kidnapping. I was born and raised in Warri, Delta State, Nigeria, but I left when I was 17 for university gladly. From the clashing cults to the tribal wars, it was a brutal place to grow up. So people like me, who want to stay close to their community, their family, are forced to go somewhere else with no desire to return. Out of the 10 of us at this dinner, 8 left for university or to work abroad, and then came back. 1 never left. And then there was me, the hybrid. After I left for university in Canada at 17, I was determined to build my community from scratch. 10 plus years, a solid tribe, and a Canadian citizenship later, I can finally beat my chest and call it home, eh? But the winter is harsh, and I spend all of it hibernating while seasonally depressed. That is no way to spend half a year. So these days, I spend my winters in Lagos, and now that it's getting warm in Canada, I'm slowly gearing up for my return. But if you haven't noticed, at this point I am 3 times removed from my ancestral land, not even counting my home attempts with Chicago in 2013 and Los Angeles in 2023. Plus, if I'm being honest, there's a disconnect in Lagos. I partly live here. I'm not from here. Like that dinner, I can be in the room, but I'm barely a part of the web. A loose thread at best. But I do feel less alone here, Sha. Thanks to the proximity to my loved ones in other parts of Nigeria, to my friends in Lagos, and meeting other people from the south trying to figure out their bearings here too. I enjoy that instant connection when I meet people from the same places I'm from in a foreign land. The relief from the familiarity is always mutual too. The way the guards quickly drop, the way the conversations just flow. Our attempts at speaking languages that tie us both to the south, like Pidgin English or Ishan, is the most beautiful thing. I continue to hold those relationships, even the random encounters, a little closer to my heart than most. Where was I going with this? Just based on how life has gone for me so far. I don't know if there will ever be one singular place called home for me. And I'll probably always be a little envious of people who have strong roots like the ones from dinner. But in that moment, I was glad to be a part of the 10, surrounded by friendly strangers, delightful conversations, and delicious food.